It's all for views and clicks. Forget the views and clicks for a second, man. Live your life, bro. It's not everything's on Snapchat or on TikTok, bro. Not everything has to be for them. Not everything, bro. Like, go on a vacation. Please, people, if you have the means and have the capability to do so, I dare you. I dare you. This is a challenge. I dare to you to go on vacation and not take a single Instagram photo or video. I dare you. Yes, people. Yes. My voice cracked. No. People, I'm sick, man. I'm sick. Yes, people. I'm sick. It's bad. It's bad. My voice cracked. People. As soon as we enter episode 20s, this is what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
We were supposed to be moving into adulthood, and here I am squeaking like a toddler. But
That
yeah,
happens when your voice cracks as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 21, people. That's it. That's
Oh,
the intro.
beautiful.
Episode 21.
Beautiful.
Your home, your source, your hub for the world's craziest stories of the week. You know, and this week I don't know what happened this week, man. Like, it's just been it's just been a continuation of some of the crazy stuff that happened last week. Continuous heat waves, like this, like it's just been getting hotter and hotter. But before we even get into all of that, you know, if you like the vibe, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, you know, for more content and things of that nature.
Oh, did you see what you did there? You're a
What's
poet,
that?
but you didn't even know it. If you like the vibe, subscribe.
Come on, man. I'm ahead of my time, even though, you know what I'm saying, I'm sick. So, and I mean that double entendre. I'm sick. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, people, you know, like the
Yeah.
video like the video, if you like the video, you know what I'm saying? And then just comment down below anything that you disagree with us or agree with us upon. We'd love to hear more from you about it. And this was actually in the last episode as well. I just didn't get to promote it and stuff like that. If you have any articles or if you have any stories that you want us to talk about, there is actually a link in the description down below that you can click on, and you can submit your own articles or your own stories you find on Twitter and stuff like that. And then we'll browse through those and scroll through those. And if we like anything, you know what I'm saying, we'll bring it up onto the show. It doesn't have to be like an official article as well. If you want to do like a life story, anecdotal, you know, leave that in there. And then there's an option too to like add your name if you want a shout out and all that stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? So check that out if you want to do anything. And in the description, you know, you'll find our social media platform links as well. So if you want to follow us in any of those places, and feel free to do so. Again, my name is Eunice. I am your host, not with the most today. I'm joined by two really good brothers, two really good friends of mine. I've got Musin with me. And I've got Camille here with me, joining us, blessing us with his presence today as well. How are you guys doing, man? How's your week been? Hopefully a lot better than mine.
I'm good. Oh, yeah. I'm all right. Thank you, man.
You too?
Come on, man. Come on.
This has
Man.
been a busy week, man. For me, it's
Busy.
been just busy.
Yeah, busy week. I had
I
a
hear the
busy week
exhaustion
too.
in your voice, Camille.
You
Okay.
hear it, innit?
I'm busy.
Wait till you see my hair, bro. Half
You don't-
gray.
Half grey. That's a cool look.
Yeah.
Well, you dyed it. Or was
I
that
wish.
the stress.
wish. I wish it was dyed.
Dunya's gone crazy.
The Dunya'S gone
Huh?
crazy. The Dunya'S gone
Yeah.
Dunya's
crazy.
gone crazy. Your life, man.
So, guys, I have a question for you. And my voice is just breaking the entire time. Do you want me to start this podcast immediately going into the crazy, or shall I do something a little bit more positive, something a little bit not positive, like cool and kind of amazing actually?
Wow.
I say start with the cool.
Start with a cool. All right, I'll start with a cool.
Yeah, we'll start with the cool.
Let me share my
I wasn't
screen
sure
with you
until
guys.
you said cool and amazing. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Okay, so this is first of all, we want to say best wishes and best health to Jamie Foxx. You know, he recently was hospitalized and was in intensive care unit um, for quite a while. But he was recently, you know, spotted at, you know, outside and in public, and he's looking really well. So may, you know, continued um, well wishes on his health and whatnot. But this is a pretty old clip of him describing of what a Mike Tyson movie intro would be like at a radio interview. Listen to this. And this is, I bring this up only because I remember me and Mussin had a conversation about how storytellers is like a very it's a lost art. How back in the day we used to have people whose whole entire sort of like job it was to just tell stories. And so and they were probably as good if not better than this. So here you go.
Give you the opening of the movie. The camera is high, but not as high as the heavens, just above the trees, and it's snaking through New York. And you hear focus mitts being hit. And then we get up to this boxing gym. We see the doors, and the camera stops, and you hear the doors open magically. Camera snakes in, and we see in the distance a hulking figure. And you hear the kid asking the hulking figure, "My dad said you were amazing. My dad said you was one of the best. You was boss. You was this, you was that." And you hear the person's voice, "Don't worry about what your dad said. Just throw the right. Make sure you keep your left though. Get your head knocked off." And as the camera gets closer, you see that it's now Mike Tyson. "No, but my dad said, I'm gonna tell you one time. Don't say anything about your dad. I don't care. That was back in the day. Just throw the left, and when you shoot the right, shoot it with authority. Shoot like you mean it." And he throws it right, and he hits Mike, and Mike acts like he's falling in super slow motion. Ah! And when he hits the ground, ding, 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 he's back at the last fight. He got knocked out. And he's he's there. And as you see him, the last fight, he's on the ground, and he rests back on the ropes, and he sees everybody talking. Everybody saying, "Get up, Mike." Some people saying, "You a bum." Some people saying all the things that people were saying, because we were split at that time. And he rests back on the rope, spits his mouthpiece out, and it goes calm. And you just hear, and he's saying, "I'm done with all of this." And all of a sudden, just as we relax into that moment,
As we relax into the moment, what? What? Oh man. I was so into that. I was so into that when I remember when I watched it for the first time. I'm like, man, like the words that he even uses to describe a scene like that. Like camera is high, but as not as high as the heavens, sneaking
that's how
through
it
the
started.
skies.
Oh man.
Like, and then the camera is snaking through the door, and then like it's a hulking figure. Like you can see that he's really like a director, and he really is like a writer, and his mind is just like into using those types of very descriptive words, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's super cool, man. That's so cool. Like the ability to be able to do that and tell stories in such a captivating manner. It's a talent. It's a lost art, and I wish more people were capable of it. You know.
Yeah, it's such a great skill to have. Just like just in life, just generally. Like if you were able to, I was watching the video and they were talking about how some people think they don't have any stories in their life, but it's just because they don't like take note of the things that happen. If you
Right.
take note of the things that happen in your life, you can tell a story.
Right.
I was actually thinking about this the other day, like when I went to I finished work, I went to the train station, and I walked down the stairs, and usually like I'm waiting for the train comes like on the right side. I forgot what side it was, so I go to check like the tannoy to see, you know, the times and everything like that.
Right.
And I
Right.
look and it says like 936 minutes for the first train.
Right.
And I'm like, man, 936 minutes. This is a long time. And then I
Yeah.
see the next one says like 1 minute, and I'm like, it's a glitch. It must be a glitch on the system. And I'm there, and I'm thinking, man, should I take a picture of the thing to like it's going to be a funny little story, 930 something minutes. Um, and I'm like, but then I think in my head, like everyone else here, most people here are just sitting there. They're never going to forget this moment again. It's not even a moment. It's just the thing with 900 and something. People are like, it's just a glitch, and they move on with their lives. They'll never remember it. But now, like a week, 2 weeks later, I'm remembering it, and it was like a significant thing. I was like, should I take a picture? Should I not? And I remembered the fact that I would probably remember this because that like specific moment there where where I thought, man, this is going to be an interesting like story to tell. And I think I went home and I told like the story. Oh, it was 900 and something minutes. But somebody else in their head, the story is, oh, I went down to the train and it was like 900 and something minutes, and you know I got on the train like 2 minutes later, so it was no problem, and that's
Right.
it. You know,
Right.
the same situation, but told in a different way.
Yeah, definitely.
Very
Definitely.
simplified.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Anyway, people, you know, there's something little cool for you. But let's move on to the crazies, man. Let's move on to the crazies. Here's crazy number one. Video. Share screen. Here we go. This is from... Here's video number one. So this is from channel 4. So before I even play it, right? You see the screenshot here. What do you think this guy does? What do you even think this conversation is about to be about?
I'm just lowering my gaze right now because I don't know what.
I don't know. I can't figure it
Man,
out.
What?
is that a man?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
man.
I don't. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let's just.
What I can
Alright.
see is it says even AI. So
So this is
Could be anything.
this is a promotional clip from Channel 4. It's actually available on YouTube. This entire conversation. I just haven't watched it because I have no desire to watch it after watching the promotional thing. Because I'm not gonna say names, but I don't agree with what he says. So here we go. Let's just play it.
Even AI wants us to be vegan. AI has said that we must leave the animals alone.
What are you talking about? AI.
AI.
This is the average vegan, holier than thou.
Do you believe in consent?
Of course, yes.
Well, then you don't. Not to mention environmental racism, okay?
What is environmental racism? What are you
Okay,
talking
environmental
about
racism, the people, the human beings on planet Earth that are predominantly affected by world hunger caused by non-vegans are black people. So basically, there is a correlation.
here? Taking a sick spin on this.
No, there is a correlation between non-veganism and harm. And it's already been proven like psychologically that non-vegans are more likely to be abusers, murderers, rapists, etc. And so non-veganism has a ripple effect into racism.
So, because I'm not vegan, I'm also racist now, is what you're saying.
You don't care about black people, you don't care about consent. Do your research.
Your argument is I'm holier than you, you're wrong.
No,
I'm
that's your
you're-
perception because of your guilt.
bro, from that, all I got was 1 + 1 = 5. That's what I basically could get from that. Like, what the heck?
Bro, you
You're
know
putting
what?
two things together and saying this is it. Do your research. Okay, man. I'll do my research while eating a steak.
Oh,
I don't know
bro.
if I should feel triggered, if I should feel supported. I don't know what I should feel right now.
Bro,
I'm
but the-
confused.
Man, no. He just took a bunch of random things and put it together. That's all I could hear.
What's the saying? It's like correlation does not mean what's the word? There's like a thing. There's like a little saying. I'll see if I can Google it. It's like correlation is not
by causation.
yeah, it's not causation. Like he's like there's research saying that if you're a non-vegan, you're more likely to be trigger warning, a murderer or a rapist or whatever it may be. But if 90% of the world are not vegan, there's gonna be more people who are gonna be those things. What does it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like I don't even know what else to like. Let's see. Look, I googled correlation is not causation. Right, here we go. Here's like a picture. Oh, where is it?
I'm really speechless. I don't.
And he tried to like tie it into like racism, like it's racist.
I'm just lost. I don't even understand what he was saying. I was following in the beginning. I was like, I don't agree with what you're saying, but at least it makes sense. And then now he brought in, I don't know, he brought in like 6 different things to support.
My favorite thing about it, right, was when the guy at the end said, "See, look, this is your typical vegan, holier than thou attitude," And he was just like, no, honey, that's just your perception. That's your guilt. I love the fact that
You
there
know,
are
everyone
so
has
many
their opinion.
different
Everyone
people in the
has,
world, man. I'm
yeah,
so
I
in
mean,
love with
yeah,
that.
you can have your opinion, you can voice your opinion, but don't try and, put things together to make your opinion seem true when it's not even true.
yeah.
I,
I feel
I
like
can't
there's a
even
level.
speak, bro. I actually can't speak.
There's a level of
I'm
like
so like, what is it, flabbergasted or
I'm
whatever it's called.
flabbergasted, gobsmacked,
flabbergasted, gobsmacked.
gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Horrible. Um, all right. Anyway,
Everyone has their opinion. You know, let's maybe they're
man,
right. Maybe
they're not right.
we are just not informed. Who knows?
They're absolutely not right. Me being not vegan is not me being racist.
Best of luck to them.
And I
Hopefully
definitely still believe in consent. Anyway, speaking of the unbelievable things on earth, so you weren't here last week, Camille, but listen, we touched on it a little bit on the actually on Faith in Humanity Restored news, and I said I'd come back here and give an update on this if there was an update on it. So we remember the woman who went missing on the highway on the on the freeway. So there was
I
so for the
knew.
people who weren't here, a woman named Carlee Russell was had gone missing in a highway last week. And what happened was, well, initially what people had thought was, based on her conversations with 911 and her family member before she went missing, was that she had seen a child walking down the freeway, and so she pulled up onto the hard shoulder, right, and stopped to take care of the child and whatnot, and then she'd gone missing. The family member on the other side of the phone heard a scream and she went missing. So a couple days later, like 2 days later, she came back on foot, and she was actually like she was home. She was found home, and that's it. Like she just managed to find her way home 2 days later, right? And so police now then made investigation. So last week we were like, well done, happy news, good news, you're back home. So police then made an initial investigation on the whole thing, primary investigations, right? And so they interviewed her and whatnot. And she said in her interview that she got out of her vehicle to check on the child. Then a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She then claimed that the man picked her up and then she screamed. Apparently the man had orange hair too. From what we can tell, we don't see anybody on the interstate other than her car, and then something getting out of her driver's side. We have sent that off to the FBI for enhancement. So, like, that's the police is saying, like, that's what they saw on the camera. And nothing was adding up, basically. Because it's like, if there was a toddler on the freeway, why is she the only one that's called in? How has no one else seen it? And then when they tried to track it, like, like from far back with other cameras, they haven't seen anything. Right? They can't corroborate any of the details that she was talking about. Any man, any orange haired man, and apparently he was actually also with a woman. They couldn't corroborate any of these things. And then finally, the thing that's making it question it a little bit is starting to smell a lot like Juicy Smollett. I don't know if you guys remember that, but Jussie Smollett. It's starting to kind of look like it, is that several hours before she was taken, about 7 to 8 hours before she was taken, she was legit on her search history looking at Googling Amber Alerts and the movie Taken. Several hours before she was taken, allegedly. She was Googling the film Taken, and then also like Amber Alerts and what it and like what like all that, anything related to Amber Alerts and whatnot. So that's the story.
Wow. So they're still investigating now.
They're still like they're trying to get another interview with her, but her family are kind of blocking it off, saying like she needs time to heal and whatnot, because obviously her mother believes her 100%. So, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
She's just like, it's been very traumatic. She needs time to heal. I don't know why.
So her story is basically that she saw a toddler
Yeah,
on like the highway,
yeah,
and she was like, oh no, a toddler. She pulled over, she went to try and help the toddler,
yeah,
and then some guy jumped out of the bushes.
yeah, with an orange
He
hair.
had orange hair
Yeah,
and picked her up, and she
Yeah.
screamed,
yeah,
and then she just disappeared for days.
yeah.
And
She
now
managed to
she
escape.
has-
She managed to escape.
Right, so she escaped captivity now.
During her captivity, she managed to escape.
Congratulations to her.
And in her escape, it just so happened that she ran into her house.
Yeah.
Yeah. In her escape.
Interesting. Must be a massive coincidence, but okay.
It's starting to sound a little bit like Juicy Smollier. I'm gonna start calling him Juicy Smollier from now on. Like Juicy Smollier. You know what I'm saying? Like this brother.
Was that confirmed, by the way?
Huh?
Was
What do you mean is that
Like,
confirmed? What do you mean is that confirmed? He paid them $5,000.
Oh.
He paid them $5,000, and then he sent himself an envelope with penicillin crushed up, saying it was drugged. But he's still like super denying it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, really? Chicago, 2 a.m., and some guy in a MAGA hat came to you and threw a noose around your neck? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
It can happen.
Super
You
believable.
gotta be careful, man.
2 a.m. in Chicago in front of a Subway, like the sandwich shop. Come on, man. So it's starting to sound
what is she
a little
hoping
bit like
to
that.
achieve? I don't understand.
Well, we don't know. That's
Well,
the
okay.
thing. It
What
could be
is
like
an
a
Amber
full
Alert?
Munchausen. Huh?
You said Amber Alert before. What is that? Is that a film? Is that like
No,
some sort
Amber
of-
Alert is the alert that people get in America when a child goes missing.
Okay.
So when a child
So-
goes missing,
Right.
people are sent an Amber Alert saying this is what the child looks like. It was lost in this, blah, 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 blah.
I see. Okay. And then Taken,
The movie.
the film.
I'm assuming
They-
you've all seen Taken, right?
I haven't seen it.
You've never seen Taken.
If I remember, I probably have. It's
Taken
been a
is
while.
Taken is a movie about a man's daughter who went on a holiday with her friend, and then she gets abducted, and then he
Oh, the one with
essentially-
Liam Neeson, right?
that's right, yeah, Liam Neeson.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it.
And then he has to basically track down with a special set of skills.
Wait, is that I will find you?
Yeah,
And I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
kill
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay. I see, I
Yeah.
see. I haven't watched it, but yeah, I know the one you're talking about now. Yeah.
So yeah, she was
okay.
googling all that, bro. I'll be honest with you, I don't believe her. I don't want to be insensitive, but just based on this is BS. This is genuinely BS. Like there's nothing else to say. Maybe it's because I'm sick. I genuinely have no empathy. Like, come on, man. Like nothing adds up, yo. Like nothing adds up. Nothing adds up. Like I don't care how like self-absorbed we all are as people in the human world, especially like in certain cities. But there's no way a toddler is walking the interstate and only one person is kind enough to call it in. There's no way. It's just
Maybe
impossible. There's no maybe, Masin. There's no maybe.
she is being framed. And if they wanted to frame her, this would be the best way to do it. See, they did their research, right? Maybe someone that she knows went to her home, typed in these things on the computer. It's too obvious. Nobody, come on, it's too obvious. It's some sort of villain who went there. They did that. They made sure that the way that the cameras were, it was in a particular place, particular area. They covered their tracks, and easy peasy, you know. And then they let her escape so that she could tell the story for a reason, and that is yet to be known.
But not to serious this out. But I am gonna serious it out. You know, Black Americans in America, one of the things that they complain about is the fact that anytime a black person goes missing, a family member of theirs goes missing, it's never taken seriously by the police. Or it takes a very long time for the police to investigate it. And when something like this happens, again, even though I'm saying I don't believe her, that doesn't mean that's facts. I could be 100% wrong. It's just that based on the facts of that I'm seeing right now and whatnot, and nothing's adding up. However, she could be telling the truth. But the fact is, though, at the moment, it's looking very fabricated. And when things like that happen, it does not help the situation of black people not being taken seriously anyway to begin with, you know. And that's what people are saying right now, you know. So for example, David Robinson, whose son Daniel has been missing since 2001 in Arizona, said it was very hard to hear that police couldn't find evidence to support Russell's story. Robinson has said he and other families endure a lot of pain watching months and years go by with no signs of their loved ones. Robinson said he struggled to get the police to thoroughly probe his son's case. He ultimately assembled his own search team that combed the desert for evidence and clues. He suspects there was foul play in Daniel's disappearance. He worries that Russell's case will make it harder for black families to get fair attention. It damages the problems we already have with law enforcement, with taking our stories serious, Robinson told CNN. So, you know, and then you have these, and then it doesn't help this. It doesn't help like anyone. And what's this for really? Like, you know what I'm saying? If this was fabricated, what have you done this for? A 15-second of fame for a TikTok click and views and whatnot. Like, you've done nothing but harm more black people in the eyes of the police officer in regards to saying that it's gone missing. People have gone missing and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And it takes certain things backwards, man, rather than forwards. And I hope I'm wrong. I wish I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I pray that I'm wrong, but it's not looking like I'm wrong. And it's just, it's so disappointing that this, like, if I'm not wrong, that this is what, this is the effects. These are the effects of social media. If people will do whatever it takes to get clicks and to get views. You know what I'm saying? You get people telling us, oh, we should do these stories. We should do these articles to get more views, to get more clicks. Brother, I'm not here for the clicks. I'm not here for the views. If we get those, we get those. That's cool. That's nice. But at the end of the day, this is a platform for me and my friends to share stories with one another and to have a conversation. And for at least once a week to talk to each other. I don't care about whether or not it's what these guys want to hear. Or these guys want to hear. I don't care about all that. Do I find it interesting? I don't. Do you find it interesting? You don't. So why are we discussing it? You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of these people, man. I'm tired of people just like... I'm tired of people, bro. I'm tired of this generation, right? Of just like... It's all for views and clicks. Forget the views and clicks for a second, man. Live your life, bro. It's not everything's on Snapchat or on TikTok, bro. Not everything has to be for them. Not everything... Bro, like, Go on a vacation. Please, people, if you have the means and have the capability to do so, I dare you. I dare you. This is a challenge. I dare to you to go on vacation and not take a single Instagram photo or video. I dare you. I challenge you not to do a single Instagram photo, video, shorts, nothing, post nothing on social media. Take your pictures, but just keep it to yourself. And I'll make it even easier. Just do it. Just don't upload anything for 3 months. I'll make it easy. After 3 months, you can upload it. And you can even go on Twitter and write things. Just don't upload anything. I dare you. I bet you won't. I bet you can't,
Nah,
and I
man,
bet
3
you
months
won't.
it seems too hard for this generation these days.
I bet you won't, and I bet you can't. 100%. Everything has to be for clicks and views, man. I'm tired of these people, bro. Tired of these people.
There's actually something that I was speaking about with my wife, and it was about so essentially somebody came out and they were, from what I remember, somebody came out and they were complaining about well, not complaining, but they were like, look guys, especially with the rise of AI, people can take, your face and they can put it on whatever they want. And they were like, if you're posting pictures of your children online, that can be taken and that can be put onto whatever they want to put it onto.
Yeah.
So, you can take a child's face and you can put it on a body that doesn't have clothes on, for
Yeah.
example. And they were like, look, stop doing that. And there was kind of an uproar where people were like, well, that I have the right to post what I want of my child. That shouldn't.
Right.
It was kind of like, I have the right to do so. Why would you tell me not to? If I want to
Right.
post the pictures of my children, I should be allowed to. It shouldn't be that AI is around and that's going to stop me. Blah blah blah. And there was actually a movie that they did where they got some parents and they took a child that the parents knew and they put the child's face onto an AI generated body. Now there was like just a normal body. And they basically made it say what they wanted it to say. So it was like their child was talking to them and saying, "Hey, mommy, hey, daddy, can you, and it was basically explaining what AI can do. It was like,
Oh, so
mommy, daddy,
deepfake.
look, yeah, so deepfake, yeah. So they were like, look what they've done. They put my face on this and they've done this, and the parents were like shocked, like watching this, right? And it was easy for them to do. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just fascinating, like the lengths that people will go to have freedom.
I don't know what else to say about this lady, man. I wish, I hope, I pray to God that I am wrong. And if I am, I will apologize. I will spend 5 minutes in next week's episode to apologize if the details come out next week, and just like wholehearted, I'll DM you my apology even. Otherwise, man, for 15 minutes of fame, you did that. It's crazy.
I don't know what the reason is. Like, it may have been like you look back, for example, at Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, right? Like two of the biggest people when it came to the movement of like Black Americans, like being empowered or having equal rights in America. And even with them, you had people who supported the cause 100%, but just had different opinions on how to do it. Some of them, and most of them, were a part of that group.
What does that mean, though? What does that mean for him? But how does that apply to her?
Because the point I'm making is that most of them were a part of the groups. So if you're a part of a group, you're likely to follow whoever the leader is. Now, to me, from the outside, there is no like leader. It's just everyone that feels like they have some sort of they want to do the right thing. They try and they just do the right thing in the wrong way.
But what's the right thing here?
Some cases.
What's the right thing here? There is no right thing here. I don't understand.
Not in this situation. This is the wrong thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. That's what I'm saying. I just don't understand it. And if it's false, I give her no bly. And the thing is too, it's like we live now in a generation where she can come out and literally just say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't care if I'm wrong for saying this, but she can come out now and say it's fabricated. She can come out now and say, I had a mental breakdown. I had a mental breakdown. I've been suffering from this for a couple months and whatnot and whatnot. And then what does that do? It just, again, it just then, now you move away from Black Americans, and now you move into the whole mental health community now. Now you affect that. Because now people are gonna be like, well, you already lied about that one. How do we know you're not lying about this one too? And we have no choice but to just accept it. Because we can't talk anything negative about mental health, because mental health is real. It's a real issue. And so if someone says they're suffering from it, we have to take it seriously. We cannot take it lightly. And so everyone just now has that blie. It's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, I suffer from mental health. Forgive me, please. I suffered depression, anxiety, anxiousness. That's why I was Googling those things.
I wonder if this is going to be something that because this has now become a problem. I wonder if we're going to have solutions for it in the future. Because
We
the problem
won't.
is, with physical health, it's very easy to see. Like if somebody says I have cancer, you can do a scan and you will see whether they have cancer. There's different types of scans for different kinds of cancer. If you say that I have this sort of I have depression, it's hard to tell. You can't tell at first glance with somebody. There
And
are
because
special things that you have to do. I had a mental breakdown. Like you can't just say that they have. So I think that's a problem that people hopefully will have to fix in the future.
there won't be. And I'll be honest with you, based on the way in which we're moving in this world, in this dunya, there won't be. I'm not hopeful, at least. Maybe there may be. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not hopeful. We're moving more and more and more into liberal left. We
I'm
are.
hoping.
We are. Look at the people that are arguing for veganism, bro. Look what they're doing. That's the same people, bro. That's the same people. It's the same people, bro. They're all in the same camp. That's all under the same flag. It's all under the same umbrella. Those people.
I'm hopeful. You know how hopeful I am? I'm so hopeful that I think after this podcast, we should start coming up with a new name for the podcast. Something like the Dunya'S becoming better. The Dunya'S improving.
Okay, yeah.
Because
All right.
one
Look.
day,
Okay, no problem.
One
Here you go.
day.
Look. Here you go.
Oh,
Look.
no.
For likes,
All
for
right,
likes, for videos and likes. Look. This video is from the Yellowstone National Park, right? It's a national park. There are even though there's walkways, there are real wild animals there. And the authorities tell you, the officials tell you, as soon as you go in there, please do not go anywhere near them. But for likes, for views on your Facebook, on whatnot, look, you go near them. Look, he's trying to pet it. Look, she's trying to pet it.
On May 20th,
Boom.
a group
Bye.
of people were walking on the boardwalk near the animal. One lady got too close and nearly got gored when she stuck her hand out toward the buffalo. Luckily, she wasn't injured. Again, the park.
she's lucky.
A
She had
step
those-
closer, she
Yeah.
probably would have been
Yeah. She would've.
either badly injured or even dead, to be honest.
Wow. Because she dodged it. She moved back just like at the right time. Or
So
if she was a step closer. Man,
in
that's crazy.
that
That was
news,
just a warning as well.
in that news, the news anchor said that she didn't suffer any major things, but according to ABC News, the woman, or according to NPS, said in a statement, the National Park Service, they said that the woman sustained significant injuries to her chest and abdomen and was transported by helicopter to Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center. Maybe I'm talking about different things here, but that the video is from ABC News. So there you go. Officials have been warning visitors not to get too close to the animals. The unidentified 47-year-old tourist from Phoenix was walking with another person near Lake Lodge cabins on the north shore of Lake Yellowstone when they saw two bison. So it's maybe different things. Officials said two visitors turned around and tried to walk away, but one bison charged at them and gored the woman. Gored. Look at the words they use, gored. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other part too. You know, some people don't unrecognize, like, because we might see these things on like a Blue Planet and Earth, like David Attenborough. It's so fun. It's so
Yeah.
calming. It's nice seeing these things, right? Some people don't recognize the size of some of these animals, like an elk or a bison. Like they're on all fours, but they're the same height as you. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
They're on
Power as
they're
well.
on all fours and they're the same height as you. And you think because lions go after them that they are praise. No. Are you stupid?
It's the same thing as with bears. It's like, as soon as they get up on two legs, that's it.
They're like
They
9 feet
tower you,
tall.
bro.
People see bears as cute, like, oh, look at that, it's so cute.
So
oh my
fuzzy.
God.
I dare you.
And the fact that they can climb trees as well is scary.
Bro. And they run like 30 miles an hour.
Oh,
Yeah,
that too.
that's fast. You look back at like when people used to hunt like bison, for example. You look at the pictures. They had like 6 people on one bison. It wasn't
Bro.
like one guy going. They had like a whole pack of people to go and catch that thing.
Bro, when cheetahs and these lions in the African deserts and whatnot, not deserts. What do they call those things? It's
Sahara?
it's not a desert, but the habitat that they live in is bro, number one, they always try to go for the youngs. They go for the kids. They go for the kids. There's a reason for that. They don't go for the adults can kill them. Zebras included. Like, and then also when they do go for the adults, what do? They don't just jump on them, and they do sometimes. They don't just jump on them. What do the cheetahs do? They trip them. They don't do anything special. They don't just go rah. They trip them. They do something like smart to get them away. You see what I'm
You
saying?
gotta be strategic, yeah.
They gotta be strategic with it. And then you're just there trying to pet this wild animal that even those top predators are scared to go near. It's like, come on, man. For
We've
what?
been
For what?
sheltered as
For clicks and views. For clicks and views, man. For clicks and views. So
You know
what
what?
I'm saying?
Maybe they watched a podcast similar to ours, and in that podcast they gave them a challenge, and they said, "Look, go on holiday, take pictures, but don't post it for 3 months." Maybe that's what they were doing. Who knows?
But
Take pictures, not try and get yourself killed.
That's absolutely crazy, though. Yeah, it's interesting to put it into perspective like that, because I'm sure you guys have all. I don't know if you have, but I'll just very briefly just tell like the story. So there was it was like an experiment, and there were like monkeys in like in a zoo, I think, or a habitat. And what they did is they had like a ladder or something, and at the top they had like bananas, or like a rope. Sorry, so they had a rope and they had like bananas at the top. And if you climbed that rope, then all the other monkeys at the bottom would get sprayed. So what happened is anytime somebody climbs the rope, they would pull the rope, then all the other monkeys would get sprayed. So when the monkey would come down, they would beat that monkey up, right? Because they're like, you just got us sprayed. So there was, I think, 5 monkeys at first, and eventually they replaced one of the monkeys. So that new monkey came in. He was like, oh, there's bananas up there. Tried to climb up the rope. All the other monkeys got sprayed, got beaten up. So then he's like, okay, if I climb the rope, I get beaten up. And then the second monkey came in, tried to climb the rope, and they replaced one of the monkeys again, tried to climb the rope, got beaten up. And it got to the point where they replaced all of the original 5 monkeys, and then a new monkey came in. Now, all of these monkeys are new, but they came in one by one. So what happened when the last monkey tried to climb the rope? They also got beaten up by all the other monkeys. Now, the other monkeys don't know why.
yeah.
Because they haven't gone up the rope, so and like all the other ones got splashed. All they know is that if anyone tries to climb up the rope, we beat them up.
Yeah.
Now think about that in the perspective of animals. 6 lions go and fight an adult bison. 6. 1 dies. The others think, maybe we shouldn't do that again. The young come in, and they're like, yeah, let's go and catch this bison. And the adults are like, no, bro. I know we're lions, but that's a bison.
Yeah.
And then just generation after generation, they're teaching each other, yo,
Yeah.
don't
And they
touch
listen.
the adult bison.
And they listen. And also, there's some people out there thinking, like, shouting us right now, like, bro, like, I understand bisons are not where the lions are in Africa and stuff like that. We're just giving you an example. But yeah, man, it's just so nuts, man. It's so nuts. And then the other part of it too is just like
Buffalo.
yeah, exactly. People look at bears and whatnot. Oh, look, they only eat salmon, they only eat fish. You know, they must not be that dangerous. What? Come on, man. They'll kill you. These people kill. These bears weigh like 350 pounds, run 30 miles an hour, climb trees, claws. Don't let it be a female one too with a baby.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, people, man, don't ignore that stuff. It's so incredibly hard to do so because we're in it. We're like consumed by it. We are in the middle of it, right? It's like trying to tell people 10 years ago not to use computers. It's like, no, but it's booming. Like, it's here. We're in here now. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, people, man, as best as you can, social media, yo, limit it. Like, find your boundaries with it. Like, if you don't need certain things, you don't have to be on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, it's so terrible. Or at the very least, if you're gonna get consumed by it, right? If you're gonna be a consumer of it, like, develop a much better level of discernment with certain things. Don't just look at some things and be like, oh, that's popping, let me do that too. Because most of the time, those things are 100% staged. And now you're following it. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. It's not nice. Yeah. It's not nice.
Yeah.
It's not nice. Anyway, let's move on, man. Let's move on. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. So, the story is 26-year-old man who posed as Lincoln High School student accused of sex crimes. So this man, 26-year-old Zachary Sheikh, I don't know, attended 54 days of class at Northwest and Southeast high schools last semester, according to Assistant Police Chief Brian Jackson. He used the pseudonym Zach Hess, and during an investigation that began on June 1, police discovered his true identity. I've been in the district for 10 years, and this is the first time that I can remember something like this happening, said Lincoln Public Schools Director of Security Joe Wright. Sheikh, who is 5'4" and 120 pounds, Google that for me real quick. How much is 120 pounds in kg? Graduated from Lincoln Public Schools in 2015. And Jackson said he
54
blended
kg.
it. 54 kg. So he's 5'4" and 54 kg. So you can kind of
small.
You can see, and I have a picture of him. I'll put it here now. I guess you can kind of see how he can blend into high school.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people some people, you know, when you watch it in movies and stuff like that, you see like these people go into high school and stuff like that. It's to like relive. You know what I'm saying? Relive that part of their life. This guy was on some, I was gonna use the F word, but he was on some nonsense. We'll just say that. He was on some tomfoolery. He was on a tomfoolery nonsense. And he blended within the other students. Sheikh was arrested earlier Thursday at a library. He has been charged with 2 counts of sexual assault using an electronic device. I don't actually know what that means. And sex trafficking a minor. And that's it, really. An investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information is asked to call the police. 402-441-6000. 402-441-6000. Or Crime Stoppers at 402-475-3600. I don't know.
That's so stupid to me. I don't like. There's some crimes that I hear, and I'm like, you went to a school, and you pretended to be a kid in the school, and you stayed there for a whole like 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. Yeah.
Were you trying to get caught? Like,
I don't know
what?
about you. Yeah, I don't know what his, but the more serious part of it is the trafficking part. Like obviously the other one, I don't know what sexual assault using an electronic device is. I don't know if that means he maybe got a number from one of the students and they've been like chatting and all that stuff and sending pictures and videos and whatnot, or if he's actually been with one of them and he's like videoed them and whatnot. I don't know what that means and whatnot. But the other part of it too is sex trafficking a minor. That's serious. Like sex trafficking. Like let me just Google what that means for the people real quick, like so I don't mess it up and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's the crime of using force, fraud, or coercion to induce another individual to sell sex. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And that's, I mean, I don't know if they were in touch with anyone before. Was it 54 days, you said?
Yeah, 54 days.
Within 54 days, and I'm assuming that it was all within that time, they were able to, sexually assault 2 people
Yeah.
and also
Traffic.
traffic another one.
Yeah.
Within 54 days. And if it was within those 54 days, that, that's so scary to me in terms of how vulnerable like kids are, because they're high school, right? They're still kids,
Yeah.
There's still that level of vulnerability, although they're older than like primary school. That's so scary. Like people are so, kids, like you have to be so careful around kids, what they do and so on, because it's I think they say that there's like I don't know, it's kind of a joke, but it's not a joke, but like people who have like daddy issues, is what they say.
Yeah.
Oh, you have daddy issues, so like
they're much more vulnerable.
They're more vulnerable. They're looking for someone,
a male figure.
Yeah, male figure, yeah, and if that male figure, if what they need is that male figure what the male figure needs is sex or other things, then
they're more likely to obey.
give them. Yeah.
And the thing is too, as a 26-year-old man, regardless of his build, he is like, he has experience. See what I'm saying? Like he has more he has a much higher level of awareness when it comes to what to say, how to adapt, what to do when it comes to this stuff. Exactly. Precisely. Because if I went to secondary school right now, and I first of all I couldn't get away with it, but if I did, like, I know how, like, bro, like, respectfully and not in an arrogant way, I know how to talk. Like, I'm very good with words. I'm very flowery with words. You don't think I can convince a 15-year-old girl certain things? Like, I'm good with words. And then like you know what I'm saying? So it's very easy to go back into that time because you have experience and whatnot. Once you've dealt with it like a much adult stage, you can do it at the thing. Yeah. I have this slight sneaky suspicion too, where he's just like 5'4", 120 pounds. I think he kind of just went into the real world and just saw and real I think like his life wasn't going according to plan in what he had planned in his head, being that build, and so he kind of just went with the other side of the spectrum rather than try and be stronger and be competent and dangerous and be powerful. He decided to be weak. So
what else comes to mind, and this is even more prevalent than what's happened now? Gangs.
The way they
solicit. Like most people start in a gang from
a young age,
like high school, even primary school at times, because they're so easy to influence. Like if I am a 35-year-old guy who's experienced life, I have a lot of experience, I can talk to someone and I can be like, yo, you're my little brother, basically, come join me, you want some money? Like, it's easy. It's
super easy. It's not that difficult at all. And before, it used to just be like, when I was younger, it was like, how do you guys fall into that type of stuff? Like, it's not even like, how do you not have that level of discernment? But then you grow up and you're just like, actually, you have to learn that level of discernment. You don't just have it. Some people just don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you come
Some
from
people were lucky. Go on.
exactly, when you come from a background of like where you haven't really needed that level of discernment, then you don't develop it at an early age, and so you know what I'm saying. Like it's more difficult.
Yeah. Some people were lucky not to have any opportunities. Some people were unlucky to have more opportunities than others.
Right.
Like I was
So-
lucky in school not to have many people come to me and be like, "Hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?" Like the other people, they had a lot of those influences around them, and they had
Right.
a lot of chances to get into bad things. I
Right,
know.
right.
I remember someone in school, such a cool guy, so quiet and like yeah, just one of those kids you never would have expected to get into any of that, and like got involved in stuff.
We know someone in school, Camille. I don't know if you ever heard the news and whatnot. Who's now in the register.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not
can't recall the name.
I'm not gonna say the name. And I'm not even gonna talk about it too much. But he's in the he's in the red. You know what I'm saying? You know, you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the register. Like he's registered. In that book. So you just
I mean, that's mad to think someone that we know
knew.
would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he was actually a really cool guy at some point too. Like he was funny, he was cool and whatnot. And he might still be. It's just that sort of that part of you now. It's just kind of like it's hard to look past that. But anyway, you know, to these girls and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like thoughts and prayers. I hope you guys are surrounded by people who are able to take care of you and support you through this what's the word I want to say? Journey. And whatnot. So good luck with all of that.
So sad, so traumatic, man. Best of luck to them to have gone through something in what should have been a safe environment.
Right. Right.
Yeah. You know,
So before we move on to the last two segments of the show, I just want to quickly, because I think they're really kind of cool. I'm just gonna read the headlines, and we're not gonna delve into it. But as you had just said, in an environment that's supposed to be safe, New Hampshire church executive pastor sentenced for stealing $130,000 to pay gambling debts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a church, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of our difference in belief, that's a safe area. You know what I'm saying? You're donating for what they consider as dawah, you know what I'm saying? And whatnot. And you've just taken my money for your debts. La hawla.
Man, people go to
There's-
any like this kind of
there's
stuff.
countless videos that you can find on YouTube of people clearly just scamming the entire church.
Yeah. It's crazy,
It's
man.
countless, so many.
Subhanallah. Like, but they're willing to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's just what they grew up with. It's just like donations and whatnot. So, and then these like priests and pastors and whatnot have like Rolexes on and whatnot and things of that nature. But anyway, moving on. The other one,
individual.
huh?
That's against the individual, not the church or the
Exactly,
religion.
precisely,
Yeah.
1,000,000%, 1,000,000%. We never want to do what they do with us. Constantly. The other headline was China mandates that AI must follow core values of socialism. China mandates that AI, artificial intelligence, must follow core values of socialism. The guidelines only affect organizations offering generative AI services to the public. So other entities developing the same technology but not for mass market use do not fall under that measure. So the proposal, which was translated via Google Translate, said that the AI services must adhere to core values of socialism and not attempt to overthrow state power or the socialist system. China is so cool sometimes, man. It's just like they just do whatever they want, bro.
That is actually pretty cool. Like,
They just do whatever they want.
I actually like it in a way.
Nah,
like
man.
I don't know the
don't know, man.
specific like tenets of like the socialism and all that, but It's just that they're regulating it in a way that fits their
culture
society.
and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
culture. Yeah,
It's just
I don't think that's a
hilarious
bad
though.
thing.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But yeah, people, we've done it. We have reached it. We are now in Florida, man. News time. Come on, come on, come on.
Where's the jingle we're supposed to have?
Nah, the jingle is like it's in progress. It's in progress. It'll come. It'll come.
I see.
This one
Wait, what
again.
happened? Are we on sound only now? Sound.
Yes, something like
Spotify
that.
and-
We'll see. We'll see. Actually, you know what? I was actually I was really considering it for last episode. Our audio last episode was so crispy delicious. And I wanted to do it last episode. So I'm gonna do it one more time here, and I think I've got it. If this one is good, I think I've got it.
Okay.
And also I got paid, so now I can actually pay for it. This one again is it's not been a happy week. Florida news. Miami is in Florida. Miami woman, 18, arrested after allegedly trying to hire hitman to kill her 3-year-old son, police say. So a teenage mother has been accused of trying to have her child killed, has been released from jail at midnight. A woman accused Jasmine Paez, 18 of Miami, is charged with first-degree solicitation of murder and third-degree using a communications device for an unlawful use, according to court documents. Investigators said they were contacted on Tuesday by a man who operates as a fake hire and assassin website to report that the woman had contacted the operator to arrange a murder for hire for the young child. According to the police, the website founder created the online site to catch and curb those looking to hire a killer. So first of all, to that man, well done. Good for you.
Whoa, that's really cool. Do you have the
Good
name of
for
the
you.
website?
None. Why would you? You're just exposing him.
True.
You
True,
waste
true,
man.
true,
Look
true,
at you.
true.
According to investigators, the woman asked that the job be completed by Thursday. They then traced the IP of the computer that was used to make the request with the website, and it was the same one listed by the woman who made the request. Police went to the address and spoke to the child's grandmother, who identified the child as the intended victim based on the murder request submitted online. The boy was found safe and sound at the residence by police. Investigators then posed as the hired hitman and conducted a conversation with the woman, who confirmed the request and agreed to pay $3,000 for the murder assignment. They then went to the woman's home and arrested her. Investigators did not speculate on the motive for the request, but said her computer browser still had the murder for hire website on it. So we still need, we're still sort of, they still haven't done the whole why motive and whatnot. They're still gonna do all the investigations and whatnot. But that's, man, theories.
I feel like I've heard a similar story, like in the past couple of months. Either it's getting more common or I'm having deja vu. I don't know.
I can see it though. My theory is life insurance.
Oh, could be.
My theory is life insurance. I think maybe like just some financial type
Of
thing.
assassination.
Did they say how old the mother was? I
Under
don't
life
remember.
insurance.
Well, no, assassination doesn't mean they're gonna assassinate him. It could just mean like they can make it look like an accident and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And
I really would have liked to be like a fly on the wall for that discussion.
for that decision, it's just like what were you thinking? Like, you see, like, you know, when people talk about like Elon Musk recently came out and said, I'll see if I can find the video. Elon Musk came out and said like promoting the idea of having a child, and how like once you here we go, I found it. But yeah, he just goes on to basically just like say like having kids is like the thing that will make you like the happiest in your life. You're gonna have your trials and tribulations with them, but it's like that's just gonna be part of it. But once you have them, it's like nothing will ever make you as happy as having that and being with them and seeing them progress with life and whatnot. things of that nature. And so when you come across stories like this, it's so heartbreaking even to think that like what's happened to this mother's life that they felt like they needed to do that. See what I'm saying? And it's man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hire a hitman too, you know, like to some levels, it's like you can probably make the theory that she couldn't even like bring herself to do it.
I was thinking
She was like, she was willing to pay the $3,000 to like have someone else do it, but for what? For why? You know what I'm saying? So, good luck to the baby, man.
That's so sad. Yeah.
Good luck to the baby,
There's
and
one
good luck
thing like
to the
not
grandmother
being
too.
wanted. Yeah, good luck to them. There's one thing not being wanted. There's another thing, your parents wanting you like dead.
Dead is crazy. Yeah.
That's so deep, man. That's
Hey.
yeah.
Anyway,
On the flip side, there's people that absolutely love their kids and would die for their kids.
oh
We
man,
need to like remember that as well. You know, like
you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
some
saying?
people are truly, you know, loving their kids, and I'm glad that you know I was one of those people. I'm grateful for my mother. I think you guys are grateful for your mums as well. You know, so be grateful for the positivity that we've had from our mums, even though there's been negative.
Right. So people, we have done it. We have reached it. We are in Faith in Humanity Restored news. Our first really happy news of the day, actually. Like normally we have like some really like kind of like funny stuff, but like
Yeah.
bro, like it's just been crazy this week.
My favorite part of the show.
So this one is very quick. So Leslie Dart has now planted 372,290 trees across Canada over the past 3 summers, and it's inspired so many others. So Leslie Dart is a young woman in Canada, and she's gained 8.7 million views on TikTok, which is about like 10 cents in earnings, for a video of her planting 4,545 trees in one day. Although she works in aerospace manufacturing, she has planted over 372,290 trees in the past 3 summers as a summer job. This type of tree planting is required by provincial laws to be done alongside logging, and Leslie makes between 17 and 44 cents per seedling planted. Despite the challenging conditions, Leslie finds the work deeply rewarding and believes it teaches valuable skills and responsibility to young workers. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if Leslie Dart here is a Muslim or not, but 372,293s. What do we call it? Zakat Jariya?
Yeah.
Jariya?
Daria.
Bro. 372,293.
Yeah.
If she was,
guide her.
that's
May Allah
crazy.
guide
May Allah guide her, bro. If she just turned right now, bro, like if she just reverted back right now, all of that. Oh my goodness. Some people is just like, if only you could, if you just saw the big picture, you'd be right there. You're so close. Mr. Beast feeding all these people, bro. You're so close, bro. All these like, oh man, you're right there. You're right there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Leslie Dart, you know what I'm saying? You know, she doesn't do it for the money. I mean, she gets paid, but she doesn't do it for the money, clearly. She works in aerospace manufacturing. Like, brother, like, I don't even know what those 2 words really mean. But just combined together, it sounds crazy. It sounds like a $200,000 a year type of job. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's the kind of thing that people who I think there was that video by Mr. Beast as well, where he was like doing the plant a tree like
for every
like,
something,
for,
yeah.
Yeah,
every like dollar or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the person in charge or some of the people in charge were doing the same kind of similar jobs. They were like aerospace engineers. I think one of them was like an astronaut, or I don't know, like something like that. It's just like they're planting trees, but they have these massive like complicated sounding jobs.
Right,
They want
right,
to plant
right.
trees. Should we be planting trees?
We should be
Is
planting
that-
trees, man.
we should be planting trees.
Let's
We
plant some
should.
trees, man. Let's plant some trees. For every like this video gets, I'm planting a tree. wait, let me
Yes,
not.
yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me not.
One sec, let me get the ball out.
Yeah, let me hold on. just in case. In case, imagine it blows up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to plant like 1,000 trees. Holy, I
Yeah.
can't do that.
We wouldn't have to physically plant it yourself. You would just have to find someone who's willing to do it, right? Like
Yeah,
we could just donate.
$1,000 to
somebody
Mr.
who's
Beast.
doing it.
I don't have
Yeah, I
$1,000
mean-
to donate.
Yeah.
Isn't there a
Um,
website for it? Save the Trees
I'm sure there
or
is.
something like that.
I'm sure there is. Let's Google that real quick and we can give the information to the people. But anyway, yeah, people, man,
Yeah,
know
Team
what I'm saying?
Trees is what he calls his one.
Team Trees. You know, Leslie Dot, good luck. Keep going. Keep inspiring people. You know what I'm saying? I think you've inspired some of us in this room anyway. Is in stuff like that. So keep doing what you're doing, man. And I hope more people become aware. That's the other part of it too, right? Is that when you inspire other people to do the thing that you're already doing, then that's a reward on you still. You see what I'm saying? And it's just, it keeps on giving, but she's not a Muslim. At least I don't think so. So I don't know. So we'll see. Anyway, people, that's it. That's the end of the show. Before I leave you, let me just play this one more video and we'll end it right there.
The videos have been good today, by the way, except
Yeah?
that first one, I think. But yeah, it's-
Oh, you mean the vegan one?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm going to start the show by telling you a story about a guy that goes to his rabbi and says, Rabbi, you never believe what happened to me. My son left the house and became a Christian. The rabbi said, shh. Never believe what happened to me. My son left the house too and became a Christian. So what do? We pray to God. They prayed to God and God said, you never believe what happened to me.
I love it. I love comedy like that. That's so smart. What smart when the setup is the punchline. I love it. I love it.
interesting joke.
You'll never believe what happened to me too. People, thank you for watching. Thank you for being. You could have been anywhere else in the world. Anywhere else in the world. You decided to be here with us right here, right now. And we appreciate you so much for that. Thank you for putting up with me being sick. I hope he hasn't I hope he hasn't sabotaged the thing too much. Otherwise, again, thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you're, I don't know why I'm doing this here now. If you subscribe to the channel, if you're still here and you haven't already, like the video if you haven't already, see what I'm saying? And comment down below. And again, that thing, that article thing and the stories and whatnot, like send it down below, you know what I'm saying? Give us some of that stuff. And that's it. Any messages, guys? Any of you?
Love.
Stay safe.
appreciate-
Stay healthy. Yeah, stay
Yeah.
safe. Stay healthy.
Stay healthy, man. I'm
Stay
trying to be
hydrated.
hydrated. Look at my water bowl. Come on, man.
My message is appreciate the people around you, your family members, for the good that they do, and try to give them excuses for the bad that they do.
See what I'm saying, man? The thing is, too, is like, there's a deeper conversation here, but we're at the end of the show. So maybe we'll save it for next week. People, that's it. I'll see you next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Inshallah.
Ciao.
Alaikum salam.
And we are done.
Oh, your voice got better as it went on, so you're fine.
Yeah.